So let's have a look at XRP, and I'll do a zoom out and just do a quick channel here, and it hit my target of 33. Now it still might. I don't think it will, but it might need to go up to the Bollinger on the daily before it comes down proper. I don't think it will. 33.70. It may go up here. I believe before it comes down and has to go the bottom Bollinger at between 29 and 30. Yeah. And then I believe it'll come back up and bounce off this purple channel here, probably going all the way up to here. And then I reckon possibly the breakdown could be more likely. Simply just with regards to this channel is you can see that the touches. It comes down and touches, confirms the bottom of this channel, possibly down here to 1975. And I reckon that might be the bottom. We might actually have hit the bottom then, and then we're on our way back up. Yeah. At the moment, there's the 618 on the bigger. Here's the bigger wave, and the correction from the bottom here to the top. And this fib actually starts from the top to the bottom, and the 786 is here. So coming down to the bottom of this blue channel here would also be coming down and doing the 786, and XRP lows to 786. So it's quite possible we get a rejection here, and then we're heading down. Yeah. And you can see we're bouncing in the golden pocket. Got a lift back into it at the moment, and we're sitting on top of it. So now is on the 15-minute arc. I believe we could be coming down to 29.30. Get a touch here, and then we're going to head up to 36.50 or so. Yeah, I could be wrong. And it's going to just head up to the 36.50, 37 now. I think we're going to come down, but we'll see. Yeah? I'll have a look at the MAs. But again, you can see this white line here. You can see this support and resistance line here. Resistance, support, resistance, back onto support. And I reckon we're going to come down and possibly bounce off the white line again without breaking the bottom of this impulse. Yeah. And then we get our lift. So now again, zooming out and just coming in. You can see that the blowhorn here, and I've bolded this line and this line because you can see there's a descending wedge in it. So when I zoom in, into that descending wedge, you can see that maybe if I move the line, you could say it touched, or I might need to go and touch it again, and that you can see that it came into it here, touch. Again, I think we're coming back down for another touch of it here, yeah, and then the breakout, get a nice breakout up to here, yeah. So I was also talking about this the other day, just with the ranges. All these shaded areas are support and resistant ranges, yeah. So you can see it come up and hit into this range. Again, I might need to push a little bit more. And then I believe we're coming down and we're going to bounce off this range, yeah, and then head all the way up to this range here, yeah. So again, from 36.8 to 37.3. It might even go off, go up and do a really strong double top. We'll see. And again, just one more way of describing it. As you can see, the support and resistance levels here on the white, yeah, and these are the blue ones are ascending ones, yeah. So again, it touched here, coming down and bouncing off 30.45, let's spike through, and then heading all the way up to 37.44. Bounce here, and then I believe we're going to get some sort of rejection and come down and do that final drop. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. And then to look at the MAs, this is the weekly. So the weekly turned yesterday, and again, look at the spill. Look at the spill mode here, and just even the 5 and 10. It's in a position for continued pressure down. It may again get that lift up to 33.47. It may still lift here a little bit, and then I believe it's going to push down a little bit. Yeah, push down, hit a bottom here, and then come back up. And again, there's the 10, 38.88 is somewhere around here. Yeah. So then the 6 day. Actually, let me go back to the just for a sec. Just where's the Bollinger down here? See the bottom of the Bollinger is 1941. Yeah. So I think once it sorts itself out here and we get the next move, I do believe it's down. I still want to see it for confirmation, but I do believe it's down. Yeah. Just there curious on the monthly, because the monthly turned as well. There's the Bollinger down there at 80 and 48. Okay, there's the 10 crossing over the 20 on the monthly. Okay, so the 6 day, again proper spill mode here. Is again, I'm looking at a push to here, and then a push back up to the 10 at 36.63, and then capitulation. Yeah, 22.55 down here. I won't go through them all. I think the 5 day is an interesting one, because the 5 day. Okay, see the 5 day is giving a little bit of support here. See it's actually changed a little bit. This was up further when it turned earlier today. But you can see the 5 is up and the VWAP is up a little bit. Yeah. There's the Bollinger at 28.66. So we'll see. Maybe this is in preparation for when we get the drop. This is in preparation for giving a little lift. Yeah. There's a tendency when MA is sometimes when MAs turn, and let's say the 10 up here did a turn like this, it's generally an indication that it's going to go there. Let's say this the 10 MA had done the same thing. You can be pretty sure somewhere over the next few days that price action will end up being up here. Yeah. Okay, there is the 4 day. You can see the 5 is turned a little bit, a little bit up. 3 day, yeah, a little bit of a turn. Okay, so you can see the 2 day, the 5's after turning down, so adding a bit of pressure down at the moment. Yeah. And the 1 day, excuse me. Again, the 1 day here, it's red. It's red at the moment. And you can see that the 10 is after taking a turn down, the 20 is taking a turn down, applying a bit of pressure. You can see, I talked about this the other day, hit the Bollinger down here, came back up, hit the Bollinger again, back down, hit the Bollinger, came back up, didn't hit the medial line. So what is the same here when it came up here, hit the medial line, and then went up. So it didn't back test. It didn't come back and hit it proper. Again, maybe it might come up here, 33.72, get a rejection from it, and then push it down that bit further. Yeah. Is the 12 hour. Again, the 12 hour. So this is where I'm getting a little bit more specific about what pressure is being applied to push it down. Yeah, because look, you can see the 5 and 10 and the VWAP are underneath price action, but here's the 20 EMA, is being resistance at the moment, and you've got the 50 and the 20 MAs coming down as well. And then here's the Bollinger on the 12 hour. So again, maybe it gets up to a 33.46 and then a push down. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. If I go to a 9 hour, it's good to. Sometimes it's funny the odd numbers. Sometimes that's where price action actually does its move. You get let's say you get the 12 hour, the 8 hour, the 4 hour, trying to get in position, and it won't have its full power until the 9 hour and the 3 hour turns. So sometimes the odd numbers give a little bit of a different story. And again, you can see what I mean here about the crossing. There's the 10 crossing the 20, but then there's the 20 crossing the crossing down through the VWAP and the 5. So a little bit of a mixed signal. They sort of equalize each other out a little bit, yeah. And then the question really is here is the VWAP, the yellow, is it support or is it resistance? Is it trying to take it down or is it trying to lift it up? But again, this does look like more lift than down. But again, you have the 50 up here and the 55 EMA. 8 hours probably going to be something similar. Yeah. Okay, let's go to 6 hour. Again, you can see the MA's the support and there's the resistance here. The VWAP is sideways at the moment with the 5 underneath. So as we go closer in, is you can see a rejection here on the 4 hour. It took the turn of the day for it to hit 33. That last little push up literally was the VWAP came up and gave it a push up in the first hour of the turn of the day. But you can see the VWAP is a little bit down here, and also the 50 here is coming down strong on the 4 hour. At the moment, there's been 3 rejection candles on it. So the question is, will the 5 turn on the 4 hour? If you see the 5 here turn down on the 4 hour, is then I think where it's topped out and we're heading down. Yeah. But again, we've got to see how much support these guys want to give below. Yeah. No, I won't keep going and going. But let's see, there's the 3 hour. Basically the same sort of story getting played out. This is a real challenge because you got the 140, the weighted 144 here, the 100 MA, and then the 111. This is the pi cycle. These 3 generally play together, yeah. But having the 200 MA in here at the same time on the 2 hour adds an extra pressure. Sorry about the drilling. They're putting in a new heating system in the building, so we got to put up with this for a little bit, yeah. Now something interesting here in the 2 hour is the 20 cross the 55 EMA, the white cross the blue here, yeah. And that's what's been giving this a lift going through the different hours and minutes. The question is it running out of steam because we started here, you know, or is this going to give it an extra boost? That's the question. And then the 1 hour. There's the 1 hour, and again, is the VWAP. You can see the VWAP behavior. The VWAP down. Here's another challenge to it. Again, the question is can price action and more so the wicks? If you start to see the 5 and the 10 get above the VWAP, the wicks is the VWAP will turn into support. At the moment, it seems to be resistance, and potentially this could be a 1-2 for the way down. But again, I think it's still a little bit too early, yeah, because there's a lot of gusto for a push here, and this is the 200 at the moment, just being resistance. So I'm just going to flick to one more thing here. I'm going to zoom into the EMAs here, yeah, just to see where. Like there's the 1 hour, there's the 20, there's the 55, yeah. I want to see the 15 and the 5. Because if one of those turns, more so the 5, okay, so there's the VWAP as resistance. Here's the 20, is if this turns and breaks this, is then we're heading down for a nice big spill, yeah, potentially. But the 5, look at this, is you can see the 5 came up to the VWAP, got rejected, and it's heading down at the moment. Just as we talk, is it looks like the 5 could be breaking the 55 here, yeah? And that could signal a 1, 2, and then here we are getting a push, or 3 push away, yeah? So you can see the stock RSI is down the bottom, and it's pushing down a little bit more, so I'm not sure how much more push this can give before it will need to come back up. So this could be indicating that this is also sort of running out of, the push down is running out of steam, just on the 5 minute. But does it have a bigger backing on the 15? And the 15, you can see the 15 is coming down as well. So again, I'm not sure how much strength it has to get down much further without this coming down and again needing a break up. But what about the half hour, the 30 minute? 30 minute, again, it can stay longer here. So the time stretches out the more you go in. So what about the hour? Where's the hour? Okay, the hour is down the bottom as well. And again, the hour can stay down there for hours. It doesn't have to come up too fast. But again, you can see that the hour is down. The hour is down. Just out of curiosity, the 2 hour. 2 hours at the top. So the 2 hours at the top. Again, this if this wants to come down, which you can see it looks like it's running out of steam a little bit, is the 2 hour looks like it'll be coming down pretty soon. So even if the 5, the 15 and the hour want to play at the top here a little bit more, once the 2 hour starts to move down, it'll give it that extra push for the down. Is the 3 hour looks the same. And again, for me this is a spilly mode position here. You can see that it's lift, but at some point it's going to get exhausted and then it will need to come back down again, yeah? So that's on the 3 hour, the 4 hour, the 6 hour, look at super in the overbought there. So again, the 6 hour definitely looks like it wants to come down, yeah? The 8 hour, and 8 hour still pushing up at the moment. I think the next 8 hour turn is we can have a little turn on this, yeah? So you can see the stock RSIs are all well up, and they look like they are close to coming down. There's a 12 hour heading back up again. Again, now this could take, see this is the thing, this, look it was down here, look how many 12 hours, there's 1, 2, all the sideways from last Friday, yeah? So again, sorry about the noise, is again, this can come up and come down pretty fast, or it can stay up there. But you can see though that it's, once it starts to move, is most of the effort is in here. Once it starts to lift up, it's already transitioning. The turn is already, the turn could be already transitioning, yeah? And then just look at the daily and then that's it. Okay, and here's the daily. The daily did a drop down with this. Little lift up here, smaller lift on the daily. Again, this can easily come back down here or head up. So you can see a lot of the hours need to come down. They need to take a break and reset to the bottom. It's just a question of when. Okay, so that's it for now. I think this is definitely going to top out and come down and definitely head towards the 30. It could take the rest of the week to do this. If it keeps going at the same pace it's going at, it could take the rest of the week, yeah. But that's me. That's me for now. So just to finish off with some points, I believe we're heading down to the 29, 30 mark. we'll have a bottom here, and then we're going to be heading up to the 36 to 37 mark, yeah? And then I believe that there's going to be a capitulation and we're going to head down. But we want to see that happen first. So that's me. I'll hand you over to Mihaela, and then I will do my weekly review of XRP later tonight as well. Yeah? And I'll just go into a little bit more detail with some of the more longer term charts as well. Okay, super. Mihaela, yeah, let me get this for you. Here, there's yours there. Okay, let me share the screen here. That's it there. Now, there we go.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
You're going to have to talk a little louder over that fucking drum.
I will talk a little bit louder.
Give it your teacher's voice.
Haven't used my teacher's voice in ages. Okay, and now I want the people at the back of the room to hear me clearly. Now, so we did come up last night to meet the top line of the channel for Bitcoin. I'm going to start with Bitcoin. We've reached 20,300, which is great because now we again, I believe on the 4 hour we have topped out and we're gonna come down, and I'm saying it's great because I'm in a short, and this rejection here on the 4 hour would give it a little bit more gusto to reach the bottom of the wedge, the white line, and the midline. So I expect this to happen a little bit, how can I say? Yeah, with a little bit more enthusiasm in the drop. Now, that would be the first scenario. So I posted this yesterday. I took my profits at 20,100 because I thought that would be the more likely target. Roy's in the lead with 5.9. I could have squeezed another 20%, I think, with the 20,300, but that's it. I'm taking my win. I'm not going to complain about that. If we get rejected here and the stochastic on the 4 hour has crossed, I see a retest of the 19,000. And then maybe a retest of, I'm going to start using different labels. That's my mental note. And then we might have another retest of the 18,000.3. So that's the down scenario, which still holds from yesterday. The up scenario is we actually break upwards from this channel, which is not at all implausible. It's actually quite... it could happen. Now, for that to happen, we would need to hold the 20,300. So the line that we broke last night, we would need to hold that. We would need to back test it, and then we would need to continue upwards. The line that we crossed last night is just the first line of defense, so to say. It's just the first milestone to reach. I still... the overall point of support and resistance, the invalidation of any downward would be holding the 22K. So I know it looks great, and I'm going to change over to the MAs, and you're going to see MAs providing plenty of support. That support should hold, and for an upwards move to the 25K region to be sustainable, we need to hold the 22K first. So I'll be reconsidering my short if we break this line, if we hold this line, and then we continue to hold 21.8/22K. So these are the same levels. Again, I'm favoring a down because of what's happened here in the candle action in terms of rejection. We'll see what happens today. By the time I anticipate London might be keeping it sideways, holding the range somewhere between 20,100 and 23. We might see more movement here. in this region, or not. Like we might start coming down and breaking through support before New York starts. In terms of the MAs, what I think is happening at the moment is a retest of the 55 EMA on the 4 hour. I'm gonna hold it like this. So I think a 55 EMA on the 4 hour might be retested. We'll see if this 55 EMA holds. If it doesn't, then the next one would be the 19,600. In terms of a fib retracement, a 786 retracement would take us back to 19,100. I think we have some MAs there to support that as well. In terms of going upwards, if I change this to the day, again, I was talking about these levels last night. I see this week we might see a lift up to 21,000 and then a possible rejection there and coming down. If we do get above, like I was telling you about the 22K level and why it is so important to me, and now you can see on the daily, if it does break that 22K, it's getting back into this daily channel, and getting back into this daily channel means moving at least to the midline of the 24/25K. Okay, now for Ethereum, again, we've reached the level, I hoped this level to be reached yesterday, and it seemed like there was momentum in it. It was a little bit reluctant. It stopped for a while here at 11,130, but it did go up to 11,070. It's breaking down underneath the support and resistance line at 1150 now. Same thing as with Bitcoin. Ethereum is in more of a sideways rather than a descending channel. If we are to, I'll take this path that was here and I'll put a divergence line. So if I'm to put a divergence line on Ethereum, it seems like it's broken it, it's back tested it, and now it's coming back down, even if I move it down to here. So the next level for it to test would be 1080, 1090, and the bigger level is the 1060. So the level that it broke upwards from. Now, I don't know how long this is gonna keep going down from where it is right now, because the stochastic on the 15-minute seems exhausted. I think the 5-minute is exhausted too. So in the short run, we might see again more sideways along this 1150 level and then coming down, starting New York session. It's just based on what I've noticed happens generally when Asia makes a nice move. London generally holds the range, and then New York gets it to move again. Well, New York and London, because the volumes sort of like merge. We are above the 10 and the 20. Last night we were talking about the 10 and the 20 on the day. We are above it. We closed above it for Ethereum, which is great. Now they need to hold upon retest. So the 1120 would be the level to retest. 1120 for Ethereum to 1120 is this yellow line. 1120 for Ethereum to retest is the retest of the 19,000 for Bitcoin and the retest of the 30 for XRP. So that would be what's needed to continue this upwards momentum. So we might see it as a big move on the 15-minute, but on the daily, it's just a retest. If these fail, and if the 10 and the 20 don't hold at 1120, then we might be retesting lower the 1000 area, or even the bottom of the Bollinger at 990, 980 would be a level that I see retested first before coming upwards.
They're right outside the door.
I know. On the 4 hour, here is the 5 being tested. We have a little bit of a rounded top situation here, but again, we have a lot of support coming up for the 4 hour to be sustainable. Again, I'm being mindful that this looks like it still has energy to move upwards, and it might still will. If you're shorting, be mindful of the I'll show it to you. I'll switch to the daily. I'll show you the line that I am watching, which would be the equivalent for Bitcoin as well. So be mindful of the level of the 1190 level, because that means it might be coming back into this daily channel, and if it goes back into this daily channel, the 50 on the daily becomes the next target at about 1500. So again, I'm not sure that's going to happen really soon, but again, I would make sure I'd keep an eye on that level. If you're shorting, if you're longing, and you might be long-term longing, I would make sure I'd have the 980 level covered for a retest. So that's where London is for Ethereum and Bitcoin. It looks like Asia's made a couple of peak formations, and formation for Ethereum and formation for Bitcoin. We'll see if London holds the range and what New York decides to do later. I'll see you later at the start of the New York session. Have a brilliant day.